my god, you all. I mean, I was, I was in the shower, I was finishing this book, and I just couldn't wait until I had finished my shower time, my bath time, in order to do this review, because this book is amazing. I mean, I'm completely speechless. As you can see, is the Iron Flower by Laurie. It's the second book in the Black Witch Chronicles, and I did the review for the first one like last week, and yeah, I don't even know how to go around this. I mean, I began reading this second book like a couple of days ago, and I remember how naive I was when I began this book, because I kind of felt like I was going to have an easier time reading this one, because I already knew the world building, I already knew the different cultures and the different species, and I already was situated in place, and I knew that the previous book, The Black Witch, did tackle with very heavy topics such as racism, xenophobia, and different things. So I thought I was prepared, and I thought it was going to be an easier read. And at the beginning it was, because we have this bunch of people who have accepted each other despite of the fact that they come from different cultures, different educations, different religions, and they have found some common ground in which they all can, be together and such. And there are some beautiful scenes in which people began to pair up in couples, and they sing and they dance and they're happy. And I thought, yeah, this is going to be an easy read. I can see how it's not going to completely destroy myself, and how I'm going to survive this one, and how wrong I was. Yeah, I mean, this book is amazing. It does tackle with the same topics that we had in the first book. We are going to have a very heavy take on racism, and on the fact of hating other cultures, other religions, but also we are going to find things or topics that were explored in the first book. It's going to be more heavily addressed in this one. We are going to have abuse, being in relationships in which one of the parts abuse the other one. We are going to find the results of those abuse. We are going to find people who had gone through irreversible trauma, and there was a character in the book, I'm not going to say names, but I hate her when I first saw her, and when I learned her backstory and I learned about her mother and about her father and the consequences of all that abuse that she went through, I completely love that character now. And also this book also tackles with addiction and recovery from addiction. And maybe I will have, that's me, a bit more of a background and information about the recovery in addiction, because and and also we are going to have more takes in different ways in which people can hate each other and hurt each other, and thinking that this idea of maybe I don't agree with what the system is doing, I don't condone these things, but I like power. So we're going to have to, we are going to find characters who maybe don't agree with the abuse, but they like this kind of power of being, top notch, as I say in the first review. But yeah, and this book completely destroyed me. And I mean, that's my opinion, but I think that when you are reading about a book that tackles with heavy topics as this one, I think that you have to feel somehow uncomfortable. I mean, not so much so that you just stop reading the book, because then it's like a failure because you stop reading the book, and not also in a way that you feel like you are being lectured about something, or that you're being taught to think certain things, but reading a book that makes you question even your own point of views, and that makes you uncomfortable in the way that I hadn't seen it from this point of view, or let me think about if I have done or thought, or maybe I have come in contact with something like that. that's my opinion. Maybe you don't like to feel uncomfortable like that and think that you can learn from a book, just, you know, enjoying the read, and that's completely okay. That's my take. And personally, I love that this book made me uncomfortable, made me question everything that I thought that I knew, and made me empathize in a bigger way than I did before. And that made me question even more the white privilege and all of that. And for me, this book, it's like a solid 5 stars, because it tackles with all of that, and it does so in a marvelous way. And I have to say that there are parts in these books in which I had just to, you know, just put it away and breathe and think, oh my god. And the author didn't put these shocking scenes there, like mutilation, in way that they want to obliterate those who are different. So they take them differences away by mutilating them. And she puts it there, but not in a way that wants to shock you so that you feel it and you feel outraged and it just keeps happening. And no, she puts there in a way that's very natural with the book. I mean, you know, it's plain. Like, you will explain the riots are happening right now in America. You don't want to shock people, you want to show them what's happening. And I think that this book does that very well. It puts you in a place where you can see shocking things happening, and the author doesn't need to repeat them ad nausea, because she does a very good job of presenting you with some facts, with how people feel when they take away makes them different, because maybe you haven't accepted what makes them different, but they have, and you have to respect that. And there were parts in this book in which I really, really had to close it and just breathe for a moment. There is a massacre in this book and a genocide that affected me very deeply, because I also have lost a father, and seeing that really hurt me. And I can understand why the characters react in the way that they do. And I have to say, as I'm saying now, that Laurie does an amazing way of creating characters that are real, that feel, and that, yeah, this book blew my mind. And yeah, what is this book about? It's a second part of the Black Witch Chronicles, as I say, and it picks up exactly where the first one left. And we're going to have Elloren and his friends. Vogel has been elected like the big guy now, and everyone is empowering him. So they want to eradicate everyone that's not a Gardnerian or just one of those high elves, and the other races and the other cultures are seen as evil. So there begins this movement in which everyone who is not top-notch is in danger. So we are going to find these friends who are not trying to help each other. They want to save the kelpies, they want to save the fae, they want to save all these species that are in danger. And we are going to learn even more about this society, about the entitlements that this society and these people think they have. And we are going to be confronted with lots of alliances and new friendships. And I love how we are going to know more about other races and other cultures that we knew something about in the first book, but in this one we are going to travel deep into their homes, and we are going to learn more about them. And also we are going to find and see again all people like Sage. I'm sorry, but my dog, it's my dog just bothering my cat. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. And yeah, I did love to see more of the gold building, more of the different species, and more about the cultures. And also we are going to see more about new characters. I'm happy to see that I guess things about Ivan. And yeah, this book is amazing. As I say in the first one, this story is pretty good. It's amazing actually. And as I did say in the first book, I did love how much the characters evolve just in front of your eyes, how easy it is for you to understand all of them, even those that come from cultures or political ideas, or, you know, that have nothing to do with yourself, how easy it is to, you know, to bridge the distance and get to know them and love them. And this is something that I love a lot about this author, that it makes you empathize with different people, and as I say, culture, race, religion, and for me that's a big point in this book. And also there were things that I wasn't expecting at all. I think it takes a lot of you know of of balls just to come out and say lots of the things that the author has said in this book. I love how she brings your attention to very important topics that need to, you know, to be there, and to, and you know yeah, I want to say so many things at the same time that it's just, I think it's very important to have books about inclusion and representation, because I think it all matters. And I also have books, it doesn't need to be, I mean sorry, I mean it's very important to have these kinds of books out there, and we need to have own voices authors, and we need to have authors who are sympathetic, who are able to raise their voice and bring topics in such as racism and the power of a woman, about oppression, about abuse, about drugs. And I think it's very important that people have access to this kind of literature so they can broaden their views and everything. So I don't know, I can say lots of good things about this series. I will recommend them to you. And yeah, pick them up, because this story, as I say, it's amazing. I love how everything is fitting together. I love how all these characters just keep me on the edge of my seat, wondering what's going to happen to them now. And when I think that this book has already destroyed me in the, you know, in the worst manner possible, there comes another twist and there comes another difficulty. And I have to say that these are very brave people here, fighting for what they believe is right, and even if it means that they have to say goodbye to everything they hold dear. It's amazing how they stand on their own two feet, and they're not your classic heroes or heroines. They are just, you know, people, regular people who are thrown into this situation, into this moment, into this place. And I love how they try to do what's best with what they have. And yeah, just pick it up. Yeah, I'm shutting up now. Yeah, just kind of stop blabbing about these books. They're so good. Yeah, shutting up. I'm shutting up. Thank you for watching. Bye.